Okay, as some of you already know, I am partnered with Okuma Fishing USA again for the second time. Here is a big unboxing of what I got from them. Now I do ask you to bear with me. I have some ideas to what I'm doing here. And I will tell you those ideas as I unbox some of this stuff. Also, I messed up my order. There are 2 rods that I need to order separately to complete what I've got going on here. I actually forgot to include them in this order. So that might actually become a future Tackle Tuesday video. So make sure you're subscribed to my channel and have notifications on clicking the bell icon. You may have to go into your YouTube settings as well because YouTube is really weird with notifications. Now without further delay, let's take this stuff apart. I'm going to start with the fishing rod. And I'm not going to do anything YouTuber-like to take this apart. I'm just going to apparently just rip this apart. I might have to get scissors or something. Maybe not. They're fishing rods, so if I can get the top off, I can just pull them out. Ta-da! Maybe I'll be able to pull them out. There we go. Anything else in here? I think it's all rods in these boxes. I'll check that later. Alright, as you can tell here, these are Battle Cats. I actually like the Okuma Battle Cats. It's a very, very unique rod. I don't think there's any other fishing rod that's on the market that's like these. I'm going to get it apart. As you can see, that is 2-piece, and it's the handle that comes off. And I'll tell you what, over time, if you don't regularly take these out, it just gets stuck in there. It will never come out. And the uniqueness about this is it has a strong backbone, which I've talked about in the past and shown you in the past. And then the tip is literally like, you know, a noodle, which makes it good for circle hooks. So you can catch monster fish with this, and it only bends to like right here. The rest of this is strong backbone. Which one is this? And these are 7.5 footers. At least most of these are 7.5 footers. I will be putting my Okuma cold waters on there. This is the size something. CW203D, so the 200 size cold waters on these 7.5 foot Battle Cats. Line it up. There you go. What do you guys think? Does that look like a beautiful rod and reel combo? I think in the past I only had Okuma Classics on my Battle Cats. So these Okuma Cold Waters is kind of a new thing on the Battle Cats. Basically these 7.5 footers are boat rods for bottom fishing or dragging. Now I need to go through here and find the other Battle Cats. These are all 7.5 footers. So I am going to open the other box. Maybe I get the key here. Oh, hello. they put some artificial baits in here, which I will show you in a moment because I got a bunch of artificial baits. There's a bunch in there. All right, what do we got here? 7.5 foot. 7.5 foot. Artificial bait. 7.5 foot. 8 foot. And another 8 foot. Now, why in the world did I get 8 foot battle caps? I'm going to show you here in just a moment. The funny thing is, Catfish Dave has an 8 foot battle cat, which used to be mine. I sold it to him years ago because I'm always going through different gear looking for what I like or what's possibly the best. And I do like battle cats. And I have a specific reason why I'm doing this. Let me grab a pink cold water. Now these pink cold waters I bought specifically for dragging, so I could always have a dragging rig ready to toss in the water. And with them being pink, which is a different color than the other reels, I will know which ones are meant for dragging. And I have 4 of these, so 4 dragging rigs. I don't think I ever said in the past, these battle cats have a double locking ring. You have the main one, and then you got the secondary metal one to lock it down really good. It is a composite or plastic or something reel seat, but it does have these metal bands on what holds the reels down. Which we're not going for tuna, we're going for catfish, and a big 100-pounder isn't going to break this. Now line it up. There we go, 8 foot battle cat on a cold water. And my idea behind this is to put it in the rod holder like this on the back of the boat, and it will be further out over here for dragging without planer boards. I have been playing around with dragging without planer boards with clients because it's a lot easier to do. And I've been pretty successful and brought in some really big fish. And the rods I was using was just like this rod, 7.5 foot long, which only goes so far out to the side. But 8 foot goes just a little bit further. I was almost thinking about going 9 feet. However, my boat can only handle 8 foot max inside. Technically, the side that I keep my rods in on my boat is not the rod box. The rod box is on the other side, and it only has like 3 or 4 pipes in it. On this side, there's a hole that goes all the way to the front of the boat, so I can stuff as many rods as I want in there. Oops. I can stuff as many rods as I want in there with rod socks to help protect them, so I can be ready for any type of fishing. Like I keep my dragging rods in there, I keep my skipjack rods in there, I even keep my muskie rods in there. My muskie rods are only 7 foot 9 inches, I think. They can also be used for tossing giant lures at stripers. And I think these will do really, really good in my fishing arsenal. Now let me show you what else I got. Hopefully those won't fall down again. All right. Now these artificial baits are FishLab. FishLab is partnered with Okuma, so I got a bunch of FishLab baits. These are the BioShad Willow Tail Spins. One thing that I really don't stock up on is artificial baits. And if these work, then they will be perfect for my skipjack rods. Let me show you one of my skipjack rods. Whoa. This is a Okuma DTR Custom. And I have Okuma ITX spinning reel attached to it. And this is basically for two purposes. One is for skipjacks. And you can see I've got it rigged for skipjacks with two inline crappie jigs. But the other idea is for stripers, white bass, snook, redfish, using these or other types of bait. And I tell you what, these are strong enough for that. I've actually seen other people on YouTube use these for bull reds. And if these can handle a bull red, they can definitely handle a schoolie striper here local. All I'd have to do is cut the line, tie one of these on it or something else, and go catch a schoolie striper. I actually run into them every now and then. In fact, I will link a video in the iCard above of me and Top Knox Fishing actually catching a bunch of stripers that were schooling, and that was crazy. It was like 3 football fields worth of schooling stripers. Back then, I had an Okuma Inspira on an Okuma EVX rod, and that Inspira held up perfectly fine. I had that Inspira for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. Not a single problem with it before the schoolie stripers, and not a single problem afterward. So hopefully I'll have fun like that again in the future with this rod and reel. Alright, let's open up the next box. This one's heavy. I bet this is clothing. Yep. So I did get a bunch of clothing. You know, it always makes people happy if you wear their clothing. And it's just, the Okuma stuff you find on the Okuma Fishing USA site. I am excited to try this one. They have a button-down, I can't think of the name of it. I wanted to give these a try. Whenever I do guided trips, I don't wear t-shirts usually. What I usually do is wear a button-down fishing shirt. And now I have button-down Okuma fishing shirts to try out. It feels like it's really lightweight material, so hopefully it won't be too hot in the summertime. Now I do hope they get some more of these in. I really like this t-shirt, but at this time they don't have the t-shirt I'm wearing. If they get it again though, I will be ordering them. I probably don't want to put that on worm dirt. Okay, let's go with a mistake here. I bought another Okuma Cortez to use as a bank fishing reel. The problem is I forgot to order a couple of bank fishing rods. As you can see over here, I have one of these already. And I do bank fish every now and then for catfish. Just because sometimes it's easier to just jump in my truck, put in a rod and reel, and go fishing somewhere. So now I have two Okuma Cortez without a bank fishing rod yet. Now my idea is to get longitudes, but I'm not going to get a 12-foot longitude this time. I think I'm going to get two 9-foot longitudes to pair with these smaller reels to see what happens. So I'll probably make yet another unboxing video of those rods when they come in. And then maybe take them fishing. Alright, what else we got here? This is a plug carrier. And I was thinking maybe it could work for striper and musky baits. Now, plug carrier, if I can get to the plugs. Oh wow, a lot bigger than I thought they would be. So you can see giant opening. So you'd put plugs in this and keep them with you. That might be big enough for like shallow invaders. Keep 3 shallow invaders with me at all times on my boat or something. I don't know. I bought it just because I thought, you know, maybe I could keep musky baits in it or something. I will have to investigate what plugs are, because that is a, you know, saltwater thing. This really does seem to be made good. Oh, it's got ones in the side too here. So I might be able to do something with this. I don't know. I guess we will see. The next one. So this is yet another plug carrier. So I could have a lot of these. And it is quite a bit bigger than what I thought it would be. A couple more of these BioShad willow tailspins. Yes, I got a lot of them. And then here is something that is going to be very, very interesting. They're Hydra glide baits. And I tell you what, I have a thing for glide baits. I like trying to fish with glide baits, and I can't tell you how many glide baits that I have lost to trees, to big fish, or to concrete bridges. If you've been subscribed to my channel for the past 7 years, you probably remember that glide bait I had years ago that I smashed into a concrete bridge. Busted it to pieces. At least I won't have to worry about that now, because I got a whole bunch of these. Like I said, I like glide baits, and I'm hoping to catch a big striper or even a muskie on one of these days. Let me show you some of these colors. I got 2 of every color here. Now that one kind of looks like a skipjack to me. Well, this one looks like a skipjack too. Eight-inch, 3.5 ounces, slow sink. That's all of them. I don't see the colors on these, but a lot of them are similar. Look like skipjacks. And then you got one that looks kind of like a shiner or a chub. And then you got a bone color. I might have missed a color, I don't know. I'm hoping I do catch a big fish on one of them, because I want to, on a glide bait. I like using glide baits. I know this is a catfishing channel, but I may do a glide bait video sometime in the future, and hopefully there'll be fish in the video. I bet I could catch a monster smallmouth on one of these too. Alright, last box. Come on, open up. Yeah. This thing is a lot bigger than I thought it would be too. Get it out of the plastic. A rolling tackle bag. That's cool. And it's pretty big too. So now I have a new bank fishing bag, and I might use it with my boat too. I don't know yet. With a bag like this, I definitely need a wider and more open boat. Wink, wink. So let's look at this real quick, the inside. This came with a bunch of giant tackle boxes. You definitely fit more gear in here than in my current Okuma bag. 3 of the big ones and 1 giant one. I guess I know where I'm going to be putting all those glide baits. It's going to be in this one. Maybe a couple of musky baits. Be nice to keep the bigger baits with me at all times. This even has rod holders on the side, so I could put a couple of rods in here. Oops. That's kind of cool. I really do like this thing. Actually, there's some on this side too, so I can bring 4 rods with me. I probably don't want to use this as a rod holder when I'm fishing because it would knock over pretty easy if a fish grabs it. See what's on the top here. I haven't really looked anything up for this. And the top here has some dividers in it. I might actually make a separate video of this thing sometime in the future. I make sure I have all my gear in it first, so it's not a, opening and like, ooh, ah video. It will be an actual practical video of what tackle I'm using with it. And it has other things on it too, so it's going to be really interesting. Well guys, that's just about it. That's everything I ordered from Okuma. Now I get to have the fun of putting all this together and getting my rods ready to take fishing again. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video and maybe you've learned something new, and I also want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to actually watch this video. I really, really appreciate it. And if you would do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up to show you like my Tackle Tuesday videos. I think I've actually said it before in the past, YouTube does not like my Tackle Tuesday videos. So the only way to get YouTube to change its mind is for you to hit the thumbs up button. That pesky algorithm is just like a bait thief when you're fishing for big catfish. Thanks again for watching. Hope to see you next time.